In 2026, the world is using AI more than ever and trusting it less than ever. At the same time, in the same people. That is not a contradiction. It is a paradox. And Stanford just spent a year proving it. This is the AI trust paradox. And if you are using AI tools every day, you need to understand what is actually happening before the next wave hits. The 2026 AI Index from Stanford's Institute for Human-Centered AI is 400 pages of data on where artificial intelligence actually is right now. And buried in Chapter 3 is a finding that should not be possible. AI usage is at an all-time high. 65% of adults use a generative AI tool at least once a week. That is up from 37% a year ago. But trust in AI companies has fallen to 35%, down from 52% in 2023. More usage, less trust. At the same time, that is the paradox. First, the acceleration. Stanford measures AI progress across a dozen benchmarks, from image recognition to logical reasoning to long context understanding. In 2024, models were passing these benchmarks at human-adjacent levels. In 2025, the new frontier models are scoring above the 95th percentile on the same benchmarks, sometimes double the previous state-of-the-art. The pace of improvement is not linear. It is compounding. What took 18 months to improve in 2020 now takes 6. Second, the cost. Training a frontier model in 2020 cost around $10 million. In 2024, GPT-4 class training runs were estimated at $100 million. In 2026, the largest training runs are crossing $1 billion, and the inference cost, what you pay every time you ask a model a question, has dropped 1,000-fold over the same period. So the technology is getting more powerful and more expensive to build, but radically cheaper to use. That is why usage is exploding. Free tiers and cheap APIs put frontier AI in everyone's pocket. Third, the trust collapse. Stanford surveyed 30,000 adults across 30 countries. Trust in AI companies peaked in 2022 at 61%. By the end of 2025, it had fallen to 35%. The drop is steepest among people who use AI the most. Heavy users trust AI companies less than people who have never tried it. That is the part that breaks the simple story. If AI were just bad, the people using it would stop. They are not stopping. They are using it more and trusting the makers less. Why does usage keep rising if trust keeps falling? Because the utility is too high to walk away from. AI tools save knowledge workers an average of 7 hours per week. Programmers using AI assistants ship features 30% faster. Students using AI tutors score measurably higher on standardized tests. When a tool gives you back 2 months of your year, you do not stop using it because you distrust the company that made it. You use it, and you stay anxious about it simultaneously. That is what paradox actually feels like from the inside. But why does trust fall? 3 reasons, all backed by Stanford's data. First, hallucinations. 82% of heavy users report catching an AI fabricating a fact in the past month, not a typo, a confident, fluent lie. Second, opacity. 71% of users say they do not understand how the models they use actually make decisions. They feel dependent on a black box. Third, concentration. 3 companies now control 86% of foundation model compute. People do not trust monopolies, especially ones running systems they cannot inspect. 3 real failures, not paranoia. Let us go deeper on each. Hallucinations are not a bug. They are a feature of how large language models work. The model does not know facts. It predicts likely next tokens. When it does not know, it does not say so. It generates something plausible. 82% of users have seen this happen. 64% have believed a hallucination at least once. 29% have forwarded one to other people before realizing it was wrong. the trust damage compounds. Then T here is the accountability gap. When an AI system makes a mistake, who is responsible? The company that built it, the company that deployed it, the user who trusted it. Right now, the legal answer in most countries is nobody. Stanford's policy team reviewed 47 countries and found that none have a clear liability framework for AI harms. Not one. When a self-driving car crashes, when a hiring algorithm discriminates, when a medical AI misdiagnoses, the accountability dissolves across corporate layers. People feel this. They feel it every time an AI fails, and nobody gets fired.